So I'm pretty sure I messed up the transfer case in the Q7. Sure enough that I did order one. This started all like 6 months ago. Then I noticed the rear end was starting to skip on turns. It never used to. And I just ignored it. Didn't really think much of it. I just thought the tires were wearing, it was gripping more. And then I noticed in town, I was in a parking lot and I did a hard turn and it bound up really bad. And it actually stopped the car. And I was like, okay, it's weird. So I checked the fluid. Fluid is just black, absolutely roasted, full of metal shavings. So here we are. So guess what we're doing today? A transfer case. But we're in a parking lot right now. I'm gonna show what it does. Like, big turns are fine. And the weird part is it's inconsistent, which means something's worn out or damaged, that it's not consistent. But it's when I go full lock and I turn, if I let off the gas, it'll actually bind up and stop. And as soon as I give it gas, it'll start skipping on the tires. You can if you can hear that, you can hear it knocking in the driveline. The whole car shakes. There it goes. So it's binding up, releasing, binding up, and releasing. And then sometimes it will bring the vehicle to a full stop. I'm not gonna do it today, but the fluid change has helped it, but the amount of shavings that were in it is enough to be concerning. So we're gonna slap a new one in, then we'll take apart the old one and see what we did to it. Gross. Okay, so we're under this now, and we're gonna get fluid draining. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know, we changed it a couple weeks ago, so I can't see it being too bad. It's still bad. It was like fresh. No, it's like a clear when it goes in, so considering it's black again. Okay, see. I can get some light here. Glittery. Yeah, it's roasted. So. Not much further now. We're just going to drop the prop shaft out. We try to take the cross brace off. We might do something with that in that box over there. Depending on which time. We're going to disconnect this up here and then we can pull the transfer case out. So it's coming down pretty quickly. A little bit of dirt here and there, but it's not bad. It's like the third time it's trying to spit out. So everything's been nice and free before. This was all out when I got the upper pan done, so I did this all once. So we'll take those off, and then I'm gonna support it. I don't really know where. I'm gonna try to get this guy. Probably here. Because I gotta get up there. And up there is my lovely, I do have a Transfercase breather. But I did that when, where's it? I did that with the whole unit on the ground. So it's kind of buried up there. You know when you get it, you ratchet on, and it won't get it? You just gotta get it around. I wind up. Just like that. So these studs are absolutely terrible. So when I had the whole drivetrain down, I did pre-remove these and then put them back in with some paste on them, and why they were easy to come out, but you can see like the thread thickness, and then it gets thin there, so they just seize on and then snap right away. And then it sucks because you have no room to top it out, so it'll bottom out on the DPF. Same as over here, so you gotta cut head off, pull them out, and then you do like a nut and bolt through here. So for once, I don't actually hate Feature Rider. So that's the breather with the extension, and then look, I paste the clamp facing outward. So that'll be nice and easy just to pop off. And I'll get these 2 bolts up there, left to right. There, and we'll be good to come out. Here we go. Nice and easy. Black drum. It's not catfish. You good? Yeah. Did we have anything else connected? No. Wow. What's that filled with DPF on that side? Transmission's just blowing up. Oh, that was a misdiag and a half. How's this help? Just dry it. That one. So yeah, quick sample of what this Transfercase breather looks like is there's some 1/2-inch tube here, and then I did 3/8 air brake line, and then it's ran all the way up, and then it sits up just beside, up against the firewall. And then yeah, this was definitely way easier to do when the whole drivetrain was down, but it's doable if someone wanted to slip it in on the ground. Well, we got both transfer cases out, and this is the old one. Obviously, it's a little dirty, and the new one is here. And the best way we kind of found, it's fused in the center diff. I can't independently turn it, like this is locked together, and then and it works like a diff. And the bearings sound a whole lot better than this. So they had a good run, but maybe we'll be a little bit nicer to it next time. We're gonna get the valve transferred over, and then get this blind boost in here. Get going. and back up. We're good to go.
Oh, you know what you need, or what the shopping is? One of those underbody sprayers for alcohol. I think they might need to adjust it. I'm not gonna so let it go. So there's that gas again. And like that inside. Okay.
Before I slap this back in, many of you have probably seen that the center bearing, this rubber bushing does fail, and then your prop shaft flops around and it kind of ruins your trip. This, last time I had it out, I held it up vertically, and then this is all window urethane. It's nice, cheap little fill-in. And it had no change on, like vibrations or anything. I mean, the fake tires cover everything. But yeah, so you can see the original rubber bushing, and then it's all been filled in with window urethane, and it doesn't flop around nearly as much anymore. So transfer case is in, front prop shaft's in. We're gonna drop in the rear prop shaft, and then we'll get into that box for what's over there from Darkside. Well, I think it's box time. Box time. So, this is 𝐲𝐸𝐴 cooler delete and Darkside DPF pipe. It's such a nice pipe. The quality on this is so nice. All the welds look really good. And then it's wicked that they include all the gaskets and hardware. So it just makes it nice and easy. So we're gonna drop this guy in here. Well, that's out. After I did my Q5 with their downpipe, it was just bolting. It was just like OEM cat came out, and then their cat, high flow cat, went in, and it was really nice. So I don't expect this thing to be any different. It'll just go in nice and easy. So yeah, we're gonna get that slapped in, and then we have the Tunezilla flasher with us here today, and then we'll get that tuned up. Just gonna do a stage 1. I mean, considering I'm breaking stuff, I don't need anything too intense, so we'll get that done up and get her back on the road. So the only thing I did realize is off this, I gotta pull the clamps. This one's fine. I think this one's gonna be a bit of a pain. My custom high clearance exhaust mount is flat, so hopefully we can slip that out, and might straighten it out, might just leave it the way it is. So exhaust is back in, Darkside DPF is in. It's fit perfectly, I mean, as you'd expect. There's nice clearance up top, so it's not going to be rubbing at all, and everything lined up. Even lined up with my high clearance mount too. So I'm going to do these up. I'm going to get these up first, and then do the clamps up there. I like to do this cross brace in and first as well, so it centers the transfer case before I do up this guy. So that way I don't, if I do this up tight, slightly angled, I don't want to put any extra load on it by doing something up uneven. So that's centered, and I'll do that up. I have been putting hot bolt paste. It's like a Audi anti-seize on these, as well as I've been using the copper washers again. We've had good success with them. Audi likes them. I do like that they don't seize on. They're a lot more forgiving. So, but I still use the Darkside nuts on those, and they're the perfect length. So, yeah, it's gonna be nice. Okay, So everything is back together. Looking good. We're gonna drain this out, put some fluid in it. I hope for no surprises. And then, yeah, this Darkside pipe was super easy to put in. Again, everything just tightened up and fits all nice. We're just flushing out the old fluid with some leftover fluid here. So we got one more adventure to do today. I would like to pull the pump out and take a peek in the tank. It has been like, we're 3 years in of trips and there's been some pretty dirty gas stations. So just want to take a peek, clean out if there is anything in there. Bit of unnecessary preventative maintenance, so check it out. So, actually, it's super clean in here. Looks good. This makes me feel a little better. There's a little bit of things in here, but not actually what I expected at all. So, I think we'll just clean those little things out and put it back in. Everything looks fine on the pump. The seal's definitely been, it's getting old, so there's no harm in doing it. Also interesting that it was folded. Well, we're all done our unintentional adventure on this thing, so we're going to take it for a little road test and wrap that up. Maybe next time we'll be outside doing this plans. So I've been driving this around for a little bit and it's noticeably better. I think it's just because it's progressed so slow over the couple months that it didn't really stand out until it was really bad, but driving it again, it's quite nice. So it just takes and coasts through corners. It's like it was when we first got it. So that with the Darkside pipe and the Tunezilla Stg tune on it now, it actually is quite nice to drive again. So success. And hopefully the next time you see us out is on another trip. Hopefully.